Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ryan.
Hi. Hi, Kellen. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How are you? Ask her how she is.
All right.
I got a piece of bagel.
What do you got? A big what? What's in there?
Piece of bagel.
A bagel.
A bagel. What's your favorite? Plain?
Uh-huh.
Plain bagel?
With cream cheese?
With cream cheese.
Do you put butter on it?
Is it cream cheese?
No, cream cheese.
Yes. I put peanut butter on everything. I know you can't bring it
What
into
do
school.
you eat for breakfast, Ryan?
Freezing up.
She had peanut butter.
Everything.
No.
I have some cream cheese and bacon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to get started in a minute. I see everyone's eating. That's okay.
We'll have to stop eating when we.
I'm going to give Abigail a minute because her is connecting. I want to make sure she can see me. Andrew and Ishmael, can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. All right, so we're just going to need paper, 8 by 10 or larger. And I like to draw with my Sharpie. You can use a pencil, or if you're going to use a marker that isn't permanent, this marker is permanent, just make sure you're not going to use watercolor. Okay. Alexa, you finished your painting? You finished it from this morning? Okay, great. I saw the boys were still working on theirs too. Okay. All right, so if you'll get all those materials ready, we'll get started.
Is Abby in?
Abigail, are you in? I don't know. Okay, there she is. Okay, good. I see your thumbs up. Great. Okay, I was worried. Good.
So it's
Nice.
Liam.
Abigail, what's your brother's name?
Liam.
Liam? Oh, what a good Irish name.
I said it, but she said it.
Liam, you're going to join us today? Good. You got paper and Sharpie or pencil to
Mine
draw
is
with?
Liam. Okay.
Okay. All right, I just want to make sure everyone's ready. I'm going to give you guys another minute. All right, when I see you're ready, we're going to try a different camera view. Hopefully it will be easier for you guys to follow along. I will try to keep looking up and not to rush through. If you're having any trouble, please let me know. We can help you. I'd rather you enjoyed yourself than became frustrated. All right, so let's get started. All right, let's hope this view works better. Maybe a little bit just, is that better? All right, I will be drawing upside down. What do you think? Is there enough room?
Just a little close.
Yeah. Maybe I'll move it back and then do this. Maybe it's more room like that. Sorry. Sometimes it's hard to do opposite. Okay. That looks good.
Back.
Well, I got this picture and that's good. And I'll just get this paper in. I think that looks good. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, I hope everyone can see the picture. Okay. And I am going to think backwards. All right, so where we're going to start, I'm going to start on my flip-flops. We're going to put them here. Actually, I'm going to try to,
Oh, you're fine.
am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to just look at the picture because if I look at it from the screen and I look at the paper, it's two different angles. So I'm going to put my flip-flop here, and I'm going to do it in steps. I didn't do one motion because I thought it was just a little bit harder. You want to make it kind of narrow, not so, it's a really elongated oval. It kind of looks like a pill or a Mike and Ike shape. But I just started really slow right in my corner, and I just made a U, nice and narrow. Okay, I'm just going to move this over so you can see. Okay. And then I went ahead and I made the top part. Now the top part usually for a flip-flop is a little bit wider. So if you want to just make it a little more full, because you can see it's a little full, and then you can connect it. And if you want to thicken that line so it'll make it a look even, you can do that. Okay. I'm going to give Abigail a minute. Okay, then we want to go ahead and we want to do our, maybe you want your flip-flops the same way. I didn't do them the same way, so I'm just going to follow what I did do. But if you want them a different way, that's fine. So we do the back, and you're going to try to do that same step, smaller U, and then a little bit wider until you reach, and then I just connect it. Now you have your two flip-flops. Now for my boys, you don't have to do a flower. With flip-flops, the point is usually not in the center. It's a little over, more towards the middle, because you just have your big toe and then you have your other toe. So you want to make just a spot so you can kind of tell where your center point will be. Girls, if you want to do a flower like I did, you can draw your flower now. You'll do a circle and you'll draw your flower. For my other friends my boys that don't want flowers on their flip-flops, you're just going to go ahead and you're going to make a shorter side and a longer side V. So you want a shorter side on the inside of your flip-flop and a longer line on your V. It almost looks like a check, but it's more like a V. And then you want to repeat that. You're just going to repeat. Repeat the line and close it up. Okay, so for the girls that if they wanted to do a flower, even if you want to add your flower, say you decide, okay, I didn't want the flower at first and I did my strap, you can still add that flower easily anytime you like. I hope everyone can see this. Okay. So now we have our flip-flops. And we're going to go ahead and make our bucket. Okay. Let's start at the bottom line of our bucket. As you can see, it's not straight. It has a little bit of a curve to it. You don't want to go too close because the top of your bucket, it will get bigger. So right about there is fine. And it's just a slight curve to it for the bottom of our bucket. Now we want to do our side lines coming up. Now they don't go straight up, they come out a little bit. So you just want to come out and you want to repeat it the opposite way. Okay, Abigail, I'm going to give you a sec. Okay, we're going to want to connect our bucket. And again, it's going to be the same line as the bottom. You're going to put on the top, but it'll just be a little bit longer. Now this top line we want to do, it's going to be a little bit more rounded, just to give us that round oval look. So if you want to just start with the sides, you can start there. If it's a little bit more difficult to do one line at a time. And then once you've done that, you can just connect it. Okay, once you've made that, you're going to want to follow that line kind of close to give your pail an edge and kind of a two-dimensional. And you'll follow this line here on the inside, and you just take your time. Take your time doing that. So it kind of looks like your bucket has a ledge on it.
It's gonna be that round that happens. Yes. Where eventually black man's comes. It's storming into authority.
Then we want to go ahead and add the handle. And that's basically just from one side to the next. And you kind of want to make the handle a little thicker.
Right in front of the 40. And Black Manta's going to be charging right through it. Yeah? What's going to happen to fish sticks and boats?
Okay. Everyone looks like they're doing well. We're going to go ahead and move to our ball. I didn't do a whole ball. If you want to, you can. Mine comes off the page. It's up to you. You can do a whole one. So you'll just do a nice big circle. And if you just go slow, you can make your circle. My circle's not perfect. That's okay. You can make your circle for your ball. If it comes off, if you don't have the room and it comes off the page, that's also okay. Then you want to put your circle on the top of your ball, wherever you feel that the top is. And now you want to do these kind of rounded lines. You're kind of following your outside lines. So you just want to come from here and work your way down, almost like you're making a moon on the inside. So you can start from your bottom and just make a smaller line following this outside line to come up. And you'll want to do the same on this side. the opposite way. And you'll start and you'll come up. And this line won't be as straight, but it'll be in the middle, whichever way you decide to draw it. If you want to draw rounded to this side or that side, it doesn't matter. It's just to give the circle a more rounded look. Okay, we want to go ahead now and make the top of our towel or our blanket. And if you want to start from this side, it's easier to start from this side and go back, or this side and go over, whichever way is easiest for you. You can do that. My line goes behind my bucket. Yours does not have to if you don't want to. You can draw yours right down. I made it open to make it look like it's coming towards you. So my blanket looks like it's inviting you in and it's laying down. I have the other line to my blanket on this side. You can do the same thing if you want to draw the line there, or if you want to, if you have room on this side, you can follow this line and you can add to your blanket, and then you'll draw your line down until it goes off the page, just to make it look like it's getting bigger. If you want to go ahead at this time to add a border, you'll just add that same line again. And don't forget to do it on this side if you decided to do this piece. All right, we're going to go ahead now and move to our umbrella. We're going to start with this top rainbow or wide U, upside down U. And you can go wider if you want. Mine is a little smaller on this one. Maybe on this one I'll go a little wider. And if it's easy for you to do an invisible one with your fingers so you can kind of see where you're going to draw that line, and then go ahead and do that, just take your time. You don't have to rush doing these lines, and you'll just want to make that. You. Sometimes I find it easier to find the middle of the top of your umbrella. And I'll just add that little point on the top. It kind of gives me a focus point because we want to try to make it even. If it's not even, it's not a big deal because you're going to want to do these lines to kind of separate your umbrella. We want to do these lines. And you do want to make them rounded, almost the same line here. So this will be your starting point. And if it's easier to draw 2 points, sometimes it's easier to have a focus point. These are my focus points. You don't want to draw a straight line to these points. You want to make it a little bit rounded, following this curve. So when you're ready to do that, you'll do that. And you'll do the same on the other side, the opposite way. Sometimes it's just easier to do it that way. And you'll want to go ahead and connect that. And those will be rounded, not coming straight across. You want to kind of make smaller, rounded lines to close that up. And then we want to add our pole for our umbrella. And you'll go right into the middle. And that will be 2 slanted lines from our towel to our umbrella. And you just want to try to make them as close and even as possible, like a stem. And that will be our stick. Now I drew I give it a little wave, and I will continue that line on the other side of my ball. If you did it above the ball, that's also fine. If you wanted to do it straight across, just don't forget to stop at your umbrella stick. And then I just added some waves, however you like to add waves. I did it a little high. Yours does not have to be so high. If you want it to all connect, you can make it connect. Maybe you want to add a little boat in the distance. You can do that. Okay, if you want to add your sun, I did a whole sun in this one. If you don't have room for a whole sun, you can do your half sun or your quarter of a sun. Some friends like to just do lines. I kind of like the triangles. But whatever you love to do for your sun is fine. Now at this time, if you want to do your shovel, you can, and there isn't room here and you want to do it there, that's also okay. We'll add a shovel, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. You'll draw the top of your shovel. You'll just draw the line. Then you'll do your sides. They're kind of rounded. You'll do the same lines opposite way. Then you'll draw the handle, 2 straight lines. And then a rounded bottom. And put a little circle for your shovel. What you can do at this time, I left the picture somewhat blank. You can design either your flip-flops, or maybe you want to put design in your umbrella, or maybe your blanket. You can even write your name on your bucket, or maybe you want to put a design on your bucket. And you can go ahead and design your blanket or your towel. Like I said, you can also do a boat if you like, off in the distance. Little boat. You don't have to. You can do a few of them if you want. Put a little design on your umbrella. Maybe you want it to be all stripes. And you can paint that in rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and show you my picture now that I did color in. Actually, I had my daughter color it in. And I think she did a great job. I'm going to make a polka dot sandals. I like the flowers on my sandals. You don't have to do any of this if you don't want to. If you love your picture plain, you can go ahead now and take whatever you're using to color in your picture. I usually don't use crayons, but I kind of like the way crayons look. I have markers available here. So I'm gonna start with my markers. And I'm going to unmute you guys in case you have any questions, and I will be with you for a few more minutes. Let's see, unmute. Okay, does anyone need any help or have any questions?
This is awesome!
What is it?
Awesome.
Awesome. I hope you guys got to go to the beach. I've only gotten to go once this year. It's my favorite place to be.
Actually, I went 11 times or more.
Well,
I don't know how many
After the
times.
Artful Attic, then it's the
A
beach.
lot. But I don't know how many. But all I know is that it was a lot.
That's good. I like that.
Down the street from my house.
Where did you say?
The beach that I go to is down the street.
Down the street. Is that where you go almost every day?
Almost every day, but not so much today because of the 2 babies.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes.
Oh, Dad's not here right now, and we can go to the beach. Yeah.
But that's your favorite place too?
Yeah.
Me too. My favorite place outside of the Artful Attic. We can go ahead and color our picture. Alexa, did you use, what did you use to draw with? Did you use a Sharpie or a regular marker?
Here's my little. There's only a tiny bit space.
Is it that all yourself, you?
Alexa, you said Sharpie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because if you use the regular marker, it will bleed. Sometimes when I don't have watercolor paint,
I
regular marker,
made this after I just had
and then I'll use water.
Then
I can't wait to see your painting when it's done.
you and I